Thanks for joining us for another edition of Weekend Winners. We go back to Albion Park on Saturday night, Boxing Day night, and it's a good program as well. We get underway with the first of 10 at 5:05. In this edition of Weekend Winners, I plan to catch up with Lockie Manselman and Brendan Barnes. Both young drivers have really good books, so I'm keen to see what they think about their drives on Saturday night. Lockie Manselman joins us to go through his book of drives on Saturday night, 6 in total. Lockie, appreciate the time.
No, thanks for having me.
Race 2, Georgie Martin, first time behind this mare. She's got a difficult draw, gate 7, but she is going well.
Yeah, the draw's a bit tricky, but I definitely think she's going good enough. She'll be thereabouts if we can slot in somewhere.
It looks a competitive race as well. Saucy Dreams, Macklemore, the Fortunate Son, they look to be the key runners, but with any sort of luck, Georgie Martin can play a hand in the finish.
Yeah, definitely. None of her runs since coming up here have been bad, so I can't see this week being any different.
Okay, well that's race 2, number 7, Georgie Martin. In race number 4, your own mare here, Bridget Blue Chip. Tell me, what did you think last week? Because sectionally, she was super.
Yeah, she's actually been super, probably her last 4 starts. She just has no luck with draws, and this week's no different. But I think if we can get a good card up, she'll definitely be finishing hard. Like, she was super last week, and yeah, just the race wasn't run to suit, and hopefully this week it is.
Do you think this race is a little easier compared to last week?
Probably because there's a bit more going on. Last week the horse quality probably was about the same, but there'll be a bit more going on this week. Hopefully there's a bit more speed on.
Okay, Pacific Drums, he looks the likely leader. He can get a bit keen in his races. Obviously, you'd be hoping that he does over-race because that will bring your mare right into it.
Definitely. She's fast enough to get home over the top, just needs to be close enough.
Okay, so you're happy there with Bridget Blue Chip. Race 5, number 1, Just Joshin. Again, it's a race that's got good quality, but Barrier 1 gives him a good shot.
Yeah, always a secret. Will be hard to beat. He's been faultless since coming up here. Josh is going good, so hopefully if we're settle on the speed there, we'll be thereabouts.
Correct me if I'm wrong, this would be the first time he's drawn Barrier 1 in some time.
It'd be a long time since he's done it. Aileen has no luck with barrier draws, and she's had a bit of luck this week, so hopefully we go all right.
Okay, Barrier 1 again in race 6, Arthur Lowe. This is the veteran's pace, but at his best, he's well up to winning this race.
Definitely. And gate 1 is a massive bonus to him. He's got brilliant speed, and if he settles close enough to him or even holds up, he'll be extremely hard to run down.
Is there a preferred option? Would you like to lead, or would you like him with cover?
He's very good on both ends of the target. Just whatever suits at the time will be what we do.
Okay, so that's Arthur Lowe. Good chance there. Race 7, Speedy Dominic. You're with this guy who's a last start winner. Steve Sini prepares. Steve does a great job with his team. This guy is going to need that little bit of luck. Not ideal, the barrier draw, certainly on paper, but he's going really well.
Yeah, he was brilliant last week, so hopefully if we get the right sort of luck and get a card up into it, he'll be very hard to hold off as well.
There's a few in this race with good form, tactical response. Let's Catch Me If You Can. Nürburgring dropping in class significantly, so it looks like there should be good pressure.
Yeah, I think Nürburgring will be sort of the one to beat. Let's Catch Me If You Can's going really well, but the drop back from Nürburgring will make him awfully hard to beat.
Okay, your guy's really versatile as well, so it doesn't really matter if it's a mile or 2100. The distance is not going to be an issue.
Nah, I don't think so. I think he'll go well wherever he lands.
Okay. The last race on Saturday night, High on Montana. He's looking to overcome a difficult draw, the outside of the second row. This is the Marburg to Albion final. You know this guy really well. Is he up to winning this race, or is Going for Gold past the post?
Going for Gold will be, there'll have to be something go wrong for it to get beat. Yeah. But his run at Marburg was super, chasing it, but just think we'll be chasing in vain.
Yeah, he was awesome last week, Going for Gold in his Aussie debut, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think they got big raps on him, so he'll be hard to beat.
Okay. At this early stage, what's the pick of your drives? Which one are you looking forward to most?
Looking forward to most, probably Bridget. She's my favourite horse, but best chance will be Arthur Lowe.
Okay. Appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
Thank you.
Brendan Barnes is now joining us to go through his book of drives for Saturday night. Brendan, appreciate the time.
No worries, thanks, Chris.
In the first race Saturday night, good quality lineup here, and you've picked up the drive on Carla Clare, your first sit behind this mare, and she's chasing the hat-trick of victories. A nice drive to get.
Yeah, for sure. She's going super of late. She sort of, both her last two runs, she sort of had to do a bit of work and been too strong, but this week a little bit of a step up in grade, but you sort of can't knock any that come out of the Craig Cross Luke McCarthy barn.
Yeah, how does this play out early though? Because you've got speed to your inside, you've got pressure on your outside. Where would you like to be going into that first turn?
Yeah, there is sort of a fair bit of speed everywhere. Obviously, 3 is a sticky gate, sort of in that regard, 2112 horse field, so you've got to try and come out and be as handy as you can, I suppose. I have to wait and see what the boys have in mind to sort of do, but that'd sort of be my thoughts, get as handy as you can early and see how we go.
Good thing about this mare, she's versatile and she's strong as well. She's proven that with the past 2 wins.
Yeah, for sure, and she's got good form leading into it. Her Sydney runs were good as well, so as you said, she's versatile and she can do it either way.
Okay, race 2, Got a Moment. He's a horse that's got ability, but he can be a little bit difficult to drive at times. How do you rate this guy?
Yeah, he's run there a couple of starts ago when I drove him at Redcliffe, was quite all right after doing a little bit of work, and he's got a bit of gate speed. I think there's a little bit of gate speed inside him, but over the mile he's a go forward horse, and if he can get somewhere handy and be thereabouts, he'll run a good race.
The key runners in this race look to be Saucy Dreams, Macklemore, The Fortunate Son. They're all facing somewhat tricky draws, and you've got in-form runners and speedy beginners like Dennington Heights and Roll with Rocky to your inside. So it'll be interesting to see how this race plays out.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a lot of speed. Roll with Rocky comes out good, and so I think we'd probably just have to get forward and try and get as handy as we can.
Do you think this horse goes best in front or with the sit?
Definitely in front.
Okay. All right. Well, that's Got a Moment at race 2. Let's move across to race 4, Pacific Drums. This is your own horse. You prepare this guy yourself. He scored an overdue victory last time out, a deserving win because he's been absolutely flying.
Yeah, he has, and that was awesome for him last week. He was really well going into that race, and we're really confident we ended up getting a good trip, so it was great for him to win that.
Barrier 1, it looks ideal for him. He's a good gate speed horse. What about 2138 metres? Do you prefer him at the sprint trip, the mile?
I do prefer him at the mile only because if he revs up, it's sort of not a worry just to sort of let him do what he wants. Over the 21, it's not really sort of vulnerable as long as he settles. I think if he settles, he's had a really good sort of 10 days in between last run and this week, so I think if he settles, they'll definitely know they're chasing him for sure.
I don't want to put the mock on you, but there doesn't look like there's a real lot of pressure off the front line.
No, I think he should lead quite easily in that field, which will play in our favour. We shouldn't have to sort of apply too much pressure early. He should just be able to come out of the gate under his own steam.
You've got the likely favourite drawn directly behind you, Rock and Roll Icon, first local to run, so at least you know where he's going to be.
Yeah, for sure, and he was a smart horse, very smart horse there a few years ago for Emma Stewart, so yeah, if he's on our back and we can get it easy enough and he settles in front, hopefully we can get home nice and quick and be too good.
Okay, it's going to be a good battle that, isn't it, between yourself and Rock and Roll Icon?
Definitely.
Okay, and then we shoot across towards the back end of the program. Last 2 races, but they're very important races for you. Nita Bacardi, 10 out of 10 your drive last time out. You took the bull by the horns and it paid dividends.
Yeah, we thought we'd take a risk. We've been saying for a few weeks now that we think he'll stay pretty good, and if we let him roll, he'll sort of keep running. So we thought we'd have a go, and it paid off.
You've got 20 metres here on Saturday night. How does that look for you?
Yeah, it's only a small field. Hopefully, if he can step cleanly and sort of find himself a little bit of a posse, we'll just sort of drive the race as it comes, and he's definitely going well enough.
It's a small field, like you said, but it's a good quality lineup there. There's some good talent there.
It is, for sure. The trotting rank's really solid up here at the moment. It's sort of just playing out sort of each week who's getting the better run and who's getting the more luck, and you can run that race probably 7 times and get sort of 7 different winners.
No doubt Jack would have been happy with the way he's come through, the fact that he's backing up 7 days later.
Yeah, for sure. He said he's pulled up well, and yeah, really happy with him.
All right. He sort of gives the impression that he's going to do a good job here in Brisbane, so this could be another stepping stone here.
Yeah, for sure. He's got good speed and he's strong. Like the other night, sort of early when we went sort of 3 wide to the front, he really let down really hard, and so I think that'll go a long way. I think if he's in front, he sort of can step along pretty freely, but he feels like he's got quite good speed as well.
Okay, the last. This is the Marburg to Albion final. I'm fascinated to get your thoughts on Going for Gold. This former Kiwi couldn't have been any more impressive taking his heat. What sort of impression did he give you?
Yeah, we were really happy with that. We thought he'd run a good race, but we weren't totally sure, but he felt more than sort of above average. So yeah, we're really happy with that run, and and full of confidence heading into this week.
Was that some sort of record that he run out there time-wise?
It'd probably be close to the fastest half record anyway, and he done it quite easily. He sort of switched off the last 50 metres.
How much better do you think he'll be going from the smaller track of Marburg to the big open spaces of Albion Park?
Oh, definitely. He got round Marburg really well, but it was the first time he's sort of really faced a small track. So I think better for the run and better for the bigger track.
So it's only bad luck that's going to beat him by the sound of it.
Yeah, you'd like to think so anyway.
How good do you think he is? Could he just roar through his grades here in southeast Queensland?
Yeah, it is sort of hard when they're sort of just right low in their grades to sort of get a gauge on how sort of far they'll go. But he did feel like an above average type, and he beautiful gaited horse and felt like he had really good high speed. So yeah, I think he should go quite a decent way anyway.
Okay, he's the obvious one on paper. Is that the one you're looking forward to most?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Appreciate the time. Good luck there. It's a good book of drives. We'll see you trackside.
Thanks, Chris. Cheers.
A big thanks to both Lockie Manselman and Brendan Barnes sharing their thoughts about their drives on the weekend. We wish them the best of luck. Speaking of luck, we'll go with race 5, number 3 as our best bet. Always a secret. This guy was completely out of sorts at his past 2 starts, just having no luck in running, but I think he can bounce back here. Comes up with a good draw, and overall, since coming north, his form has been really good. Shane Graham and Christina Motti, they combine. I think he's the horse to beat. Always a secret. Race 5, number 3. If you are having a bet on Saturday night, please do so responsibly. We'll see you trackside.